Hi, I'm Dr. Molly Niedermeyer, naturopathic physician, licensed midwife in primary family practice in Seattle, Washington. I would like to discuss the definition of health from Dr. Hahnemann, who's a German homeopath at the turn of the century, who said that health was freedom from limitations. If it's limiting to you, it's not healthy. If the health fanatic that has to eat such a strict diet that they can't have a glass of wine with their friend is as limited as someone who's living on Twinkies, or the fact that you're only as healthy as the environment you live in emotionally, spiritually, and physically. If you live in a toxic relationship, then I can only help your health to the point that if you're living in a toxic environment, whether it's, you're living under a next to the freeway, or whether you're in a domestic violence situation, it's hard to maintain optimal health in those situations. So the body, the physical body, the least limiting thing is a physical body. The most limiting thing is a spiritual limitations. The physical body is the first place, and if I rewrote my Hippocratic Oath as a physician, it would be my job is to keep your physical body healthy while you evolve emotionally and spiritually. That's where I'm trained, is in the physical body, with a great deal of respect and understanding of people's emotional well-being and spiritual well-being. But to return to the physical body will give you messages, and they'll make them louder and louder until you pay attention. So for instance, I was just having this, I teach at Bastyr University as well, and I was talking to some of the students today, the women students, and I was saying optimal health is that a menstruating woman would have a 28-day cycle, and under 40 she would bleed 5 to 7 days of cycling, and she would have no breast tenderness, no mood swings, no food cravings, no cramps, no bloating, no irritability. Now, people put up with that. They say, well, that's normal that I have cramps. It may be normal, but it is not optimal health, and the body's trying to tell you something if you're cramping with your menstrual cycle. It's telling you that you're dehydrated, that you have omega-3 oil deficiency, that you have a magnesium deficiency, but it's telling you something. And if you don't pay attention to it, then you're going to start having shorter cycles. Then it's going to be more cramping. Then you're going to develop a fibroid. So the body will make louder and louder messages. And if you listen to the whispers, you may not have to get hit by a baseball bat. In the change of health, my job as a physician, there's 6 steps to change in your health, and one is going from unconscious to conscious. I spend a lot of time with my clients talking about trying to make them conscious. Like, do you have a daily bowel movement? Well, I don't know. I'm telling people, okay, I need you to notice what comes out of you and if you poop every day. Because that's really important, because I need to know what's coming out and we need to know what's going in. So the steps of change are from unconscious to conscious. Then we go to planning. You make an appointment with me, we set out on a plan like you do anything else. If you're even planning a trip, you make a plan. Then you have action, so you implement the plan. Then you maintain it, and then you relapse. That's how it always happens. So people have great plans, and something happens. It takes 3 weeks to start a habit. It takes 3 days to break a habit. So you get sick, you have family from out of town, and you drop off your habit that was health promoting. Personally, what I've done with a lot of my clients is I'll say, how long did you stay in your maintenance phase? And they'll tell me 3 months, 5 months. When you're falling off your plan in your maintenance, let's relook at it. Because once someone establishes a good health regime about one thing, and I get it really well established, with their help, it's not my responsibility, but once it's really well established, then that's a good foundational. You need to pay attention to your body. He or she is telling you something. If you get out of bed and your right knee is hurting, or you have a rash somewhere, or your bowel movements, or you have farts. Everybody, the body produces 2 quarts of gas every day. That's normal. What is not normal is if you are letting go of flatulence in a social situation. That's not optimal health. That means you're fermenting instead of digesting. And that people don't even know to think about it that way. They just say that's how it's always been. I poop every other day. No, that is not optimal health. Optimal health is that you put something in and something comes out. So people should have 2 to 3 normal bowel movements a day if they're eating properly. Those are the messages the body will give you, but you need to, in my inquiry with my clients, in asking them the questions, I'm already eliciting to them the kinds of things that are normal, because this culture somehow lost that. They don't even know what good eating is. The closer you eat it the way God put it on the planet, the healthier it is for you, by the way. The more processed it is, the less life it. If nothing else wants to eat it, if it doesn't rot, and no other organism wants it, why would you want to eat it? The body will give you messages, and my job is just to help you go from unconscious to conscious, to know that something that someone said to you hurt, to know that drinking that cup of coffee on an empty stomach gives you heartburn. Okay, that doesn't mean you need to change it. I just need you to look at it so that you can give me that information so you can be empowered to make your own choice. People don't have to, when someone comes to a naturopath, hopefully, they're setting their own goals. And you're asking me, how do I get to my own goals? And I'm giving you my best advice about how to obtain that goal. Sometimes people don't even know that they can feel better. Once again, the number one complaint that I get is, I'm tired. So the body's telling you, I'm tired is the end product. How you got to I'm tired was not random. And it didn't just come out of nowhere. I'll usually ask people, when did that start? What was going on in your life? Why is that? And I give them the explanation for why that is, so that they don't feel like they're crazy. I mean, people are not crazy. And I think that that's the number one job of a physician, is to listen. If you want to move your health to a higher plane, or optimize your health, or even address a simple issue like an ear infection, you will obtain holistic, full approaches with any one of the physicians at Emerald City Clinic. They're all people I've personally chosen and trained. I would recommend you go to our website and read their bios, because there are personality differences, and I think picking a naturopath is a really personal choice. It's very different than picking a medical doctor. The difference is that this is somebody you're going to join on a journey with for your health, and they're going to spend an hour to an hour and a half with you the first time you contact us. So they're going to know a lot about you. Take a look at their smiles, look at their bios, but just know that everybody in that clinic I have picked, personally trained. We meet weekly, we do chart reviews, we provide a healing environment for anybody that comes there. And we have a variety of skill sets in the clinic as well to address different things that might come up in your health. We are trying to provide a full service clinic. And if we can't provide it, we know where to get it. That's the referral base. I've been in practice a long time, and I have a great deal of referrals across the country. I've had people just email me with their zip code and say, do you have someone you can recommend? The staff is designed to do that. The staff is designed to talk to you, to assess what your concerns are, and try to match you with the physician that works best for you. And the financial burdens that you might have, because that's why we have different approaches economically, because I understand that that's also a limitation in people, is their economics. I totally understand the expense of healthcare. And therefore we work with, you can't afford a supplement, how do you do this in food? So it's individualized medicine for anybody that walks in Emerald City Clinic stores, and we hope to provide you the kind of compassionate, warm care with any doctor at the clinic. So we invite you to look at the website or give us a call.